Hey everyone, it's me, Sally G. I'm a change facilitator, founder of the Women in Progress movement, and I have a joint online business with my husband, David, called All In. So welcome to the Free Yourself show. This show is all about interviewing people who are committed and on court, creating a freedom lifestyle, physical freedom, emotional freedom for themselves. They're real change agents in this world. And normally I get to interview women in progress, really inspiring, empowering women who are committed to changing their lives and helping others do the same. However, today I'm changing my tack a little bit, and I'm really excited to introduce my first man for this show. He's someone that I know intimately, some might say, because he is my husband, David. And so Dave is an amazing father. He is a gifted chiropractor. He has his clinic here in Ottawa, Britannia Chiropractic Clinic. And recently we launched our new online business together, All In. And both Dave and I are super committed to creating, freedom is so important to us. And we're super committed to creating that lifestyle freedom for ourselves and helping other families, other couples, other individuals create that same freedom for them too. So without further ado, I will introduce you to my husband, David. So I think it's fair to say that freedom is probably both of our highest values. So why don't we start with you sharing a little bit about what freedom means to you? What is freedom to you?
Freedom to me, in a nutshell, would be me being able to do what I want for the most part when I want.
Okay.
In terms of my sport, my activity, and yes, I've got a schedule in the clinic that I have to work at, but just having the time freedom to, if I want to chill, play sport, play with Fia, being able to do that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
And not being like to me, I guess an important point is, and I'm fortunate for me and you that we don't both work like a standard 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. job where we're just so confined by the hours, and first thing in the morning it's rush because we've got to get Thea off to daycare if that's what we were doing, and then all of a sudden it's like 5 p.m. Okay, we worked all day long, pick Thea up, and we have 2.5 hours to have dinner and play with her before she has to go to bed, and then do the whole same thing during the week. So we're so we've got the freedom with what we do to mix it up, and obviously we work half days, so it's pretty fortunate like that.
Yeah. And I think the word is fortunate because luck really has nothing to do with it. We are the ones that have chosen to create that. So
yeah, exactly. We created it. Cool.
Yeah. You just mentioned you do pretty much work part-time hours, like 25 hours per week as a chiropractor in your clinic.
I do.
And so and we've just recently launched an online business together. You're already a successful chiropractor. Why would you want to start another business?
Well, as you know, both of us have thought for a while creating some residual income, not dependent on being set in a specific location and being tied to a physical building or a physical business, as well as with what happened with me as a chiropractor, injuring my arm, not ideal, and not being able to draw an income. So
just tell everyone a little bit about what happened there, just because people that don't know you won't know what happened.
I will save the whole story, but in a nutshell, badly sprained right wrist and a dislocated left elbow shortly after opening our brand new clinic in New Zealand. So obviously with banged up wrist and elbow, can't be in the clinic adjusting away. So 3 months out. And since then, was that 10 years ago, Sal?
Well, it was 2009 leading into our 2000. So it was exactly 2 months to the day from our wedding day.
Yeah. So eight years ago. And since then, you and I have both been looking and searching and talking about it. And I'm not going to say we've been at a computer searching high and low all day, every day for our next opportunity, but we always knew something would present itself, and fair to say we found it and both enjoy it and love it more and more.
Yeah, for sure. And like that's the thing though. I always like to say that in our relationship, I'm the early adopter and you're more of the due diligence guy, which is a little bit ironic given that as a lawyer I was trained in due diligence, but it's probably
Yeah.
fair to say that I've taken you down a few rabbit holes, convinced you to maybe do a few things in our relationship in the past that haven't necessarily like worked out. So, when I came to you, because let's be honest, like it was my idea, my brilliant idea
It
to
was
start this
one
business.
100% your idea.
Yep.
Well, both, yeah, your idea. Yeah. But we both knew we were looking.
Oh, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. But like when I came to you, I was a little bit nervous because I knew that we've just come out of quite a tough time over the last 3 years. We've been in Ottawa for 3 years, and
Yeah.
particularly our first 2 years in Ottawa,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
pretty
Tough.
below average in terms of
Tough.
having sold our successful business and then having to start everything from scratch again and not knowing people. Like it was really, really tough. So I was a little bit nervous coming to you with this business opportunity. So maybe share a little bit about how it was from your perspective, because obviously I saw our friend Tammy Hume's post, saw that she was crushing it online, with this particular business model. And so I was like, yeah, let's do this. Like I was like all in, like right from the beginning. So what was it like from your perspective and as my husband?
Well, maybe it's
coming to you saying, honey, can we do this thing now?
But maybe like, I don't know about other people's relationships, but I'm actually like, obviously you're my wife, so I'll support you with whatever you choose to do. And I'm always open to anything. And like you were when you were practicing as a lawyer and not really enjoying it, like I said it to you before, full props for you for being proactive and wanting to change your situation, which again is going back to our online business, like wanting to kind of further ourselves and create something special for ourselves and those around us, and obviously especially Fia. But from my perspective, honestly, like I think you explained it in about 5 minutes, 10 minutes to me. And the thing that got me the most, or kind of got me over the edge, and yes, I still analyzed it and researched it, was just the fact that it's 90% done for you. Because how nice is that? In a nutshell, you don't have to create webinars, funnels, trainings, what have you. The 10% is done that you do is, I think, quite cool in terms of building a brand. And yes, you got to do a little bit of training, research what you're doing a little bit here and here, but with the way the business is designed, it's pretty easy to get up to speed and get going with it.
Oh, 100%.
And I think, would you say though, Sally, for you, was that the big thing for you, or was it something different?
It was several things. I mean, I won't lie that because Tammy and Pete weren't the only people that I saw doing this business. I saw some other coaches over in Bali also using the same language and clearly doing the same business online. And they were all friggin' crushing it. I mean, the Bali couple made, I think, $80,000 in their first 3 months. Tammy and Pete have had like $40,000 months. And these people haven't even been in this business for a year. And you're knowing what we've come through and what we've been through over the past 3 years. I'm not going to lie that, that wasn't, that was quite a huge attraction for me in the first instance. That was like, when I saw Tammy talking about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to find out what that is. And then once I got into the back end and trialed the business and talked to Tammy and had a few meetings and she started coaching me, I started to learn a lot more. And really for me, it's the 90% done for you, the plug and play aspect of the business that really, really appealed to me as well. Just, how much work I have done as a coach day in, day out, showing up online, trying to build a brand, trying to create lead magnets and a sales funnel that actually works. So when I had a sales funnel like handed to me on a silver platter, I was like, sign me up.
And like
awesome.
You just said though, like as a coach, you did all this work and worked hard at it. And yes, you got results, But then we look at this, what we're doing, the platform, 90% done. But you just alluded to it. The fact is, like, it actually works.
Yeah.
Like, it works. Like, you don't have to recreate anything. You can make it your own if you want, but yeah, it's 90% done and it works. Not 90% done, but it's pretty average and doesn't work. It obviously works.
It's a high converting sales funnel effectively.
Yeah.
That's the 90%. It's a high converting sales funnel. So you talked about the 10%, and that's really us building
a brand,
an attraction marketing model around our brand. So, we've created this brand All In.
Yeah.
I mean, fundamentally, what do you see the function of All In being? Like, because up till this point, we've been, working on getting some clarity around how we can best help other people through the brand. Obviously, it's targeted towards people who are interested in creating residual income online, obviously. But what do you see as the main function?
Well, I think you have a better kind of vision and an eye for things with this than I do, because not that I struggle with it, but you're a lot clearer, and maybe it goes back to me being too analytical with it, but definitely a place where people can follow our journey, maybe learn from us, have fun, definitely see the results that we create with our online business, maybe introduce them by all means to the platform that we're using. And ultimately, as you and I have talked before, giving those that follow us and choose to go all in and kind of go with the flow of it all, if you will, if they do want an online business and to create residual income, again, learning the platform, learning from us, and creating time, money, freedom for themselves and their families, which ultimately, who doesn't want more time freedom or money freedom?
Oh, fully, but that's the interesting thing. That's why I always say to anyone, because we've put it out there a little bit and we've had like a lot of interest, haven't we? Like,
very
just
much so.
From, you particularly, like because you don't post on your Facebook very often. So I guess Facebook got all excited that you did your first post, like pretty much ever.
It went viral within my friends.
And, so we've had a lot of interest. But at the end of the day, not everyone wants an online business.
Yeah, it's been interesting for me because I think a lot of people would say, oh yeah, I want an online business, or oh yes, like obviously who would say no to residual income? It's just never going to be handed to you. Like you still have to do work, you still have to show up, you still have to have the right mindset, you still have to learn about the products. And maybe I actually don't like, maybe people don't want to invest any time. It doesn't take a huge amount of time. Again, 90% of it's done for you. I think they say on average, you can do as much or as little work as you want, but as a guideline, an hour a day.
Yeah.
Like 1 hour a day.
Yeah.
And if you say you can't afford an hour a day, then I would maybe throw out there, relook at your values and what you actually want to get as you go through life, because maybe, again, an online business and residual income isn't a high enough value for your time, money, freedom isn't that high of a value. And that's why you would say, oh, I can't afford an hour a day. But I'm not saying people are sitting there watching 2.5 hours of TV a night, but maybe they are.
Well, I sometimes do that. Not every night.
No more TV. Nothing but work.
Me to the bone.
Nothing but work.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because I can't think of anything cooler than, it's one thing for us, like we created $3,000. No, it was over $3,000 in our first week. I think we had a $1,100 day in our first week in this business. And then
I think was that in the first week? Yeah.
Yeah. And then on Monday, it was on
Tuesday, Sal.
What was that?
It was on Tuesday. I looked on last Thursday. I looked and we'd made $196 2 days before, and we didn't even do anything.
And we didn't even know about it until
until I looked.
System.
Yeah, ideal. Like how cool is that?
And so if that is appealing to people, then certainly we can help them kind of find out a little bit more about the business for sure. Because that's the thing, I think about where we've come from, what we've been through, like selling our beautiful 5-bedroom home that was 5 minutes walk from one of New Zealand's most beautiful beaches, selling your clinic, well,
Yeah.
our clinic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, like we were in a really good financial position then, weren't we? Like really, like overall,
Yeah.
and then to move countries and you know go through what we've been through in terms of 2 startup businesses and you know, like, let's be honest.
Well, I think it's 3 startup businesses when you factor in like what you've done and me in Singapore and me here.
Yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. Yeah. So 3 startup businesses that we've been through, you know, like
Actually, it's 4 startup businesses because our online business is a startup business.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Are we crazy or what?
Yes. Yes.
But like, I think, you know, up until that point, you and I had never really faced true struggle around money. Would that be fair to say? Like,
Well, up until when?
like up until we moved away, like sold our business and sold our home.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I would agree with you.
Yeah. So, but so we've been through that. We've come out the other end. We're never freaking going back. Like, we're totally committed to never going back. I mean,
yeah, it's in the
one
past.
of the reasons for this business. And you know, I just look out and I just, you know, I see so many friends and, you know, acquaintances and whatnot, you know, that are showing up to jobs that don't necessarily like excite them, or I know, you know, several coaches that are, you know, struggling financially in business, and even chiropractors, you know, like associates and whatnot, like
not having fun,
and
working long hours, not really getting well reimbursed for what they do. Tough.
I mean, even lawyers, like, I mean, you know, for the amount of study that I did, you know, like, yes, you can make the big bucks, like, further down the track of your career if you become a partner or a litigator or whatever. However, you know, like, lawyers aren't paid as much as, you know, people think that they are.
Yeah.
And, you know, so just looking out, it's like, how amazing would it be to, while we are, you know, freeing ourselves financially, to be able to help like other couples, other families to do exactly the same thing. Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And again, it's doable. Like you and I see stories all the time of people that are just like been maybe with this for 6 months or a year, 18 months, and they're having 5-figure months, like well over $10,000 in a month. And I don't like, there's hundreds of people that have left their job as like an electrician or what have you to do this full time. It is so effective and works so well, and traveling the world, or spending, maybe they don't travel the world and stay where they are, but just spend way more time with their kids or their family or their friends while doing this. And the other thing I want to mention though, is, which I think is cool, is that the product like that you deal with is in the health and wellness realm.
Yeah.
Like, it's quite cool. Like,
totally
you're helping
for us.
Yeah. Cause that was another, going back to your question at the beginning about like what was most appealing to me is, definitely obviously 90% done for you. Who doesn't want that? But the fact is you help people with their online business, and the product is in the health and wellness realm, and you get healthier without a doubt because of it.
Well, like, Fia, our daughter, her eczema has cleared up. Yeah. And we've tried like so much stuff.
So many things.
She's done probiotics, she's like nutrition, getting adjusted, like so many different things to help her eczema, or if you guys call it eczema, don't you, in North America?
Eczema.
Well, yeah. We call it eczema in New Zealand.
Eczema. Yeah. I know it as eczema.
Yeah. Anyway, but it's cleared up.
And obviously, again, there's that Facebook group of nothing but testimonials and health-related research on it, and all the testimonies that go with it. Just so many different conditions it's helping people with. Very cool.
I mean, like, people that don't know what we're doing or don't know what the product is, like, maybe just quickly share what the product is, because you're the one that actually did all the research on it.
Basically, they are, among other things, high level or high grade water filters that are medical grade in Japan. They are located in hospitals in Japan,
Yeah.
and they can also, one of the big benefits, a huge benefit, is alkalize the water, because again, so many people out there are living in acidic body pH, and helping drinking the water helps alkalize and neutralize the body. And yes, you can create acidic water or very alkaline water, but in a nutshell, very clean filtered water that breaks down the molecules, so you actually absorb more of the water. It breaks them down into smaller molecules, so the body absorbs it more effectively, with a more alkaline pH to help combat so many things that happen within the body.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And like, as I said right from the beginning, like I actually, going into it, how much like I'm not that happy about the quality of the town water, even though we had like a relatively okay filter, not really that happy about drinking town water. So for me, getting this water filter, actually, the filtering was enough to sell me on it. Like, all the other claims around like alkaline environment and the health claims, because people are getting really, really amazing results drinking this water, don't get me wrong. But that didn't really sell me. Like, I wasn't like, that wasn't the be all end all, like just ensuring, because these products last up to 25 years. So securing for you, me and Fia, like the highest quality filtered water that we can get our hands on, like that just sold it to me. Yeah.
And like we said at the beginning too, like it's our health that becomes affected. Yes, we have our online business, but it's our health that will do nothing but improve because of this.
Yeah. And so just to kind of wind up, like I'm just interested from your perspective, like what would you say, because really we're all about freedom. We started with freedom, it's both, both of our highest values. As a chiropractor, physical freedom, something you help people with every single day. This water filtration system, like that kind of speaks into that physical freedom side of things. We're well on the way to creating the financial freedom that we desire, and the time freedom that comes with it. Like that's awesome. So I'm just interested from a personal perspective, in the context of freedom, like what would be your greatest ongoing challenge?
Currently, my greatest challenge.
Yeah.
Well, I've said I feel like I've got a PhD in work-life balance, which obviously ties into freedom. I don't know if I look at them as challenges. I guess they could be challenges, and I come over them. Staying focused, not being a procrastinator.
Procrastinating around what though? Like, because there is zero procrastination getting you onto the squash or the tennis court. Like there's zero.
Yeah, because it's such a high value for me, obviously.
Yeah.
And again,
so what are you procrastinating around?
Well, I don't know. I guess I could always do more than what I currently do, but where do you draw the line?
Yeah.
So I'm pretty big on lists. So I always have my to-do list, or ultimately 2, 3, or 4 to-do lists to go at the same time. And being more effective with my time when I'm focusing, say, on this or in the clinic, just being very focused. I would say I is definitely a work in progress that is improving.
Yeah.
How about you? What's your
who's
your
doing
challenge?
The interview here?
Me.
For me, I think it's around the physical freedom, because I mean, obviously I started drinking this water, so I definitely feel that my health is improving. I've been to the naturopath, and I have got some supplements that are actually, for the first time in my life, like noticeably working, which is really, really awesome. But part of my ideal self, the vision that I'm stepping into, with the financial, the time freedom, etc., I'm also a vital, healthy, energetic individual, that has the energy to invest in, our relationship and our relationship with Thea and my sport and also my business interests. So that's a work in progress. I'm a woman in progress, and concentrating on, just each day being healthier and more energetic and vital, like that means everything to me.
I think what's big with what we're doing is that people can make it how they want it. So there's people that hate Monday to Friday because of their job.
Mm-hmm.
So if they put the work in, maybe they got to pull a little bit extra work, like to get things going, but do it properly, which is pretty easy to do.
With all the training in the background. Yeah.
Exactly. But it'll put them in a position to quit their job. Maybe there's other people that are like myself, like I will never stop practicing chiropractic ever. But it maybe again frees up, so they maybe work part-time currently and still want to work part-time, but just gives them more money freedom or time freedom with their kids, or to do whatever they want. So there's no set way to do it. Obviously it's to what each person's value is once they decide how they want it to be. And I always say to people in the clinic or talking about this, just go for it and don't look back, and put the nose down, do the work. It's not a huge amount of work, but yes, you got to work with anything like getting in shape or eating healthy or a relationship or dealing with stress or your work, your physical work. But like, just know what you want to go for it, and don't let anything stop you. Yeah.
Because I think that's human nature, is to look at something and be like, oh yeah, that looks really, really great.
Yeah.
And then not be willing to do what it takes, or be willing to take the risk to step up and claim what you really want. Because we're so hardwired to fall back into safety and just keep doing the same thing that we've always done. That would probably also be the thing for me, is just like taking that next kind of leap forward, and really kind of breaking through those limiting beliefs and barriers that I've placed around myself, so that I can actually allow this next level of, like financial, time abundance, health, etc., to be made available to me.
But what's good about you is that you're so smart and switched on with your own personal, be it mindset or health or what have you, is you're aware of what, I think both of us are actually quite aware of what we need to work on to take, again, our relationship or our finances or our freedom of however we want it to be, time, money, whatever, to the next level. And a lot of people aren't aware. Or they see my post on Facebook, like, I want some of that. Oh, I got to do 10% of the work. No, not for me. Or I got to do work. They just want things handed to them on a silver platter. Nothing really is.
Oh, for sure. And that's the thing. And that's, there have been a few comments, oh, it's too good to be true.
Well, that's what I said.
Not too good to be true. Yes, you can create results, absolutely crush it. Like, we know people that are. However, it still requires you to show up and do the work.
Do something.
And make an investment, because no business can be started for free.
I can't think of any. I was going to say something else. Can't remember what it was.
Well, that might be a good time to wind things up. Okay, well, thanks so much. I will come downstairs in our house and see you very shortly.
Perfect. I look forward to it.
And then we can go and go to the
beach
and have a fantastic afternoon, because
bike to the beach and go for a swim.
Those that play together stay together.
They do. Bye, Sally G.
Bye, David G. Bye.